Hello everyone. A while ago, a YouTuber I watch asked this question. How do you know if your animal has a headache? Now, I'm a person who gets headaches and migraines all the time. First of all, let's talk about the relief you can give your pet. Now, cats and dogs are very different creatures. In this country, it is okay to give your dog, and only your dog, 10 milligrams per kilogram of body weight of paracetamol. However, not your cat. Why, you ask? Because there is another name for paracetamol. It's acetaminophen. Focus on the last sound of that word. Fen. Cats are allergic to the chemical phenol. Unlike a dog, it will severely harm your cat. Think about this. A human can take up to 4,000 milligrams in a day. A dog can take 10 milligrams per kilogram every 6 hours. A cat can take none. So even if Bonjo shows the symptoms I'm about to name, there's no chance. I'll have to use head massage and a blanket on his head. However, going by this understanding, my dog, who weighs the same as Bonjo at 7 kilos, can take 70 milligrams every 6 hours. However, do not take medical advice from me. Always talk to your vet before doing anything else. What is allowed in my country may not be allowed in yours, or the vet may not agree. One thing I will say is the dosages show how little he is. Let me remind you, I can take 4,000 milligrams a day. My dog can take 280 milligrams a day. That shows you how little his body is. But going back to the question, how do you know that your dog has a headache? As unlike a bite wound or a broken bone, it is not visible to the eye. Here are the signs that I have when I have a headache. Then I shall put them into dog form. Number 1. Photophobia. By the way, that means the fear of light. Now, obviously, I'm not terrified of the light like, oh my days, the light bulb is so terrifying. But my brain doesn't know that. It hurts just to be in a light room, and I end up having to cover my face with a pillow. Even daylight hurts. Now, my dog gets headaches. Obviously, he does not show the same signs as a human. After I've massaged his head and covered his eyes, he normally feels better, but if not, he squints his eyes and goes and hides under my bed. Why? Because photophobia. Number 2. Nausea and vomiting. Now, I don't know if anyone has ever seen someone in so much pain that they throw up. But yes, if my dog's head hurts with a migraine, he has been known to do that. Now, obviously, Jack can't say, excuse me, my head feels as if someone has slammed it against a door. So especially look out for number 3, head pressing. First of all, let's humanize it. I don't know about anyone else, but if I can't get to my headache tablets, I'm pressing the pain to make it better. Now obviously a dog's arms are not big enough to do that. My cat Sylvie, whenever she thought Jack had a headache, would come and lick the spot on his head to dampen it a little bit. The pressure from the lick seemed to help a bit. One thing that does help is a head massage, especially around the temples. When he gets a headache, it really affects him. He's got a big personality, but he's not just a Cockney voice. Sometimes his teeth chatter. Now, going back to the head pressing, this is not a cuddle. A cuddle is soft. Head pressing is known to be very hard, and normally against something like your knee, or something that's firm to apply pressure and relieve pain. This is the most important one. If you keep seeing your dog doing this, check it out. 1 or 2 times could be a passing pain that goes away with no side effects. They may have banged their head, but if you keep seeing it from your dog or the pain doesn't subside, do not ignore it. So, to recap, here are the symptoms. First, photophobia, with the signs of squinting and trying to get into a dark place. Jack will go under my bed. A bit wonkily, as he's also squinting. Second, nausea and vomiting. Imagine that pain shooting through his little body. Finally, and most importantly, we have head pressing. This is the most important one, and upon seeing it, go to your vet. They might say you're overreacting, but it's always good to check with this one. It's a sign that something is wrong. It could be something as minor as a headache, or something as serious as fluid on the brain. My dog has had seizures, and so henceforth the headaches. Luckily for me, as a person who gets sometimes daily headaches, I was able to spot this early. It could be chocolate poisoning, but check it anyway. A final reminder, you cannot give painkillers to your cat. The vet may recommend something for your dog, but not your cat. Cat pain relief will have to be massaged and temple rubbing or a blanket on the head. I am going to do a video about how to massage dogs and cats from head to tail at some point. Anyway, if you've got this far and sat with me through all this, then I thank you for listening for all this time. You're handsome, and you're beautiful, and you, well, I'm speechless. I'll let you know next time I see you. Over to the pets. Hello all, this is Sylvie. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.
Hey everyone, my name's Bonjo. If you enjoyed yourself, then give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends.
Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and if you had fun, then comment down below and let my mum know if you ever experienced anything my mum mentioned and what did you do for it.